Okay, I'm live. I'm back. It's also super early where I'm at. So I'm gonna be as quiet as I can, just here to share along my journey with finishing this project. So I started a book. Honestly, I started this book like 10 years ago, and I recently finished it end of last year, 2022. And while making this book, it's a collection of mantras and affirmations with a word from each letter of the alphabet, A to Z. And I figured it'd be pretty cool if I made like a very mobile travel size version. I know, the book is already travel ready, but it'd be cool to make something like flashcards. And because of the nature of the content, it really makes sense to turn into an oracle deck. So that's what I'm finishing up. In terms of finishing up, I'm getting it print ready in order to share this with a print partner. They usually will send you a template. You have to fit all the graphics within their template. And with printing, there's usually like a print edge and a bleed area. So that's what we're working on today. And earlier I completed the majority of the design. Now I need to do some finishing touches with each of the letters. Let me get my screen shared first. Using Inkscape to help me do this. And I got my screen going. Go back to Inkscape. Just need to like organize my layers, and each of the letters pretty much have their own color of the card. Currently this align is with orange, and that's not the correct color. And at first I organized all of these, like I divided by 3, so every 3 letters had the same color, but they actually kind of changed throughout my process, and A through G, actually A through K, have different color cards, but the remaining L through Z do share the 3 by 3 cards with like the same color. So what I'm going to do today is actually, at least during this stream, I'm going to start organizing all of these layers so that each individual letter is a group with all the assets it needs. That way if I need to work on a specific letter, then it'll be easier to manage. It's like each letter will have text of the actual word. I'll have access to the mantra. Some of these mantra layers actually need to resize or rotate or change positions. And like this one has a color, but I actually need to change the color. It's more like this color. I wrote down all the RGB and CMYK values, so I will go back and double check that's the correct one. Obviously when printing, it's always going to look a little bit different from the computer screen that you're working on. It's like your computer display has a different color profile, and also in general, like just with lighting and how a color looks on the computer screen is always going to be different from being on the quality of paper that the color is being printed on, what ink they use. So many details. Who knew I was going to be learning all of this stuff? Because I'm not professionally a graphic artist or graphic designer. Definitely have the technical skills to manage in this area, but there's so many details as a digital artist or a graphic designer that a lot of people don't consider, especially when it comes to like alignment and like topography and just rulers and the distance and spacing. Oh my gosh, there's just so much like great for someone who has OCD, or maybe not. I guess it depends. You let me know if you're a graphic designer with OCD or ADHD and how you manage with that. I'd love to hear your input. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start with, I made a little to-do list. Let me go back. So if you see in the bottom right of the stream, a to-do list of, I'm going to organize the layers for each letter. So each letter has its own group of layers. And then I'm going to update the colors for each of the cards, just like how I changed this one from orange to the teal. So after I update the color layers, then I'll go back and start repositioning the mantras. And once I have all of that done, I can actually start exporting all the individual cards. And then I'll reach out to the print partner that I was working with to see if their process has changed, and yeah, I'll get a PDF ready. I do still need to work on the booklet for this Oracle deck, and I need to work on the packaging design. Don't really have many ideas for that. Kind of want to keep it simple. So as you can see, I'm zooming out. Like this is the template that this print partner is using. The upper left are the cards, so they have a template for circle cards. And to the right of that is the booklet, like each page. So once I finish the booklet, I actually need to come back in here and design the booklet. Like make sure I have the bleed areas set up correctly. And I did this for the actual book, so hopefully it'll go easier, because I think since this will be smaller than the book that's currently published, you can find it on Amazon, or I have a PDF version on Gumroad. Yeah, to put like each of the pages in here. And the booklet for this product is actually more in depth than what I have for the book. The book itself is just the mantras, kind of like a picture book. But this book for the Oracle deck will have more information about the colors and the mantras and how to use the cards for your daily affirmations and divination. And over here is for the title, I believe. The title of, or like the cover for the book. Actually, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, it makes more sense if that's the cover. Cover in the backside. I'll have to follow up with the print partner what this one is over here. But these down here is for the box itself. I believe it's just a cardboard box that folds. Yeah, it's a small deck, so it's only 26. I thought about creating bonus cards. I'm still debating. I did write some bonus cards and words that will not be in the book, but will be specific to this Oracle deck. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna mostly be quiet. Maybe later in post, I'll create like a soundtrack and speed everything up. But if you're on the stream and want to say hi, please do. Add me in your follows. Just keep up. I'm just gonna stream every now and then. Try to just like get used to the interface and learn as I go. But yeah, this is a project I've been working on for a while, so I'm excited to share it with you guys and hopefully get this released. If not the end of this month, definitely in the coming weeks. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna need a color list. I actually have a spreadsheet for that. For me and my crazy brain, it helps me to be as organized as possible. So I made lots of spreadsheets for all my projects, and especially for this project. Let me see if I could pull that up. And I'm going to try to share it with you guys as well. Let's see what's missing. Duplicate. Okay. It's not working. That's interesting. Oh, weird. Wow. Okay. Find another way to do this. One second. Let's see. I'm going to export my spreadsheet as a PDF and use a different program to do the screen share. So for some reason, I'm working in Apple numbers, and the Twitch Studio beta and numbers are not communicating. I mean, Twitch can see the numbers application, but the numbers application is not sending the stream or sending the visuals to stream, to Twitch stream. And I do not remember where I saved this file. That's so funny. Oh. No, that's not what I did. Is it? No, that's not what I did. Wow. Did it print? I have no idea if it printed. Okay, I saved it to my downloads folder. When in doubt, it's good to use the downloads folder as a default. Okay, let's see if Twitch will talk to preview. Wow, no, that didn't work. That's strange. Let me try something else. Hmm. Select source. No, that's not working either. That is interesting. Well, let's try with the preview app. I wonder if I can only stream one at a time. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, I went through a lot for not a whole. Alright, let me just try going back to numbers. See if it works. It does. Okay. Get out of here. Okay, so here's my massive spreadsheet. So as I was working on this, this is for the Oracle deck. For the book, I kept track of my progress. What I did at the time was I posted every day in December, going backwards from C to A as I was writing them all out. So I kept track of how I was writing the mantras and the definitions. Then later, like for the Oracle deck, I had other priorities, especially like with the color design. So this is what I need here. I need to get the color values for each of these. And these chakra notes are, like, all of this was intentional, the colors that I chose for each of the words. So I had to look up the chakras and write down their meanings for the booklet. So that's why I'm still writing, like, rewriting into my own words in relation to the affirmations that I wrote. Yeah, so I need this open for myself so that we can update the colors. I actually don't even remember how to do that in Inkscape, but we're going to find out. So let me hide this for now. Go back to Inkscape. Actually, I don't even know if all of that showed on the screen. It would be hilarious if it did it. But I guess it's something I'll have to put in post if it didn't show on the stream. Where are we going? Going Inkscape. Alright, and let me hide A for now. And just hide some of these. So I don't need to work on these just yet. Oh, this is A, B. There we go. So B is different color. What did I call this? I called it earth brown. Okay. Color. Where do we put the color? What's here? Let's see. Here we go. Perfect. So now that I have the hex value in there, I could always come back and get to see my K values, which I don't have in my spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Let's see. So I have let me change this so we can see both of them at the same time. That works. Okay. Well, maybe I want to move it over here. No, because we're not going to be able to see it. Maybe down here. Down here is fine. And yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let me go back to what I was doing. Alright, so I'm copying CMYK values to my spreadsheet just so I have them for later. So we got 0, 51, 80, 42, 100. No, I guess we don't need alpha. That's for the opacity. Okay. While I'm here, I guess I'll go back to A real quick. It's funny, if you don't press return, like it doesn't save your changes. I know if you're OCD, these are not the same, but we're going to practice non-attachment and we're going to leave it alone. We're not going to worry about it. So just want to go ahead and update the color here as per the original notes. See, it's just slightly different. This is lighter. I just chose it in the color picker below than what I have across all my other assets for this project. And while I'm here, let me double check that the RGB values are the same, which they are, so I can trust in updating these CMYK values here. And sure, it seems like a lot of work to take time to write these all in rather than just create all the color cards. And I'm kind of going a little bit out of order with my to-do list because I meant to create all the groups first. But you know, in a creative process, sometimes you just have to go with the flow and where your energy is, where your energy is supported. Like just allow that to occur, because the point is to just get the work done, not so much to worry about semantics and following operations, especially with like creative stuff. You just go with the flow, it's fine. Okay, so we have our A group. A group is complete. Our B group is complete. So let's go to C. Oh, actually, is it not? What happened here? Okay. Alright, I think we're good. We got C. C does not have its own color card. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this one in B and then bring it into our C group. So that now when I hide A, hide B, unhide C. Here we go. So we got our C card. C has its own card. We got our mantra. We have our color card, but it's actually a different color from this earth brown. So let me get to the spreadsheet, and we call this warm auburn. I'm going to just copy my hex code here. Auburn, hex code in, and now we update. It's a nice warm color. And I'll drop in my CMYK values. Awesome. Moving on. D. So D also does not have a circle card in there. So I'm going to duplicate, drag it into the D group. I'm going to make sure that the circle is under the mantra and all the text, so that all the text is sitting on top of the card itself, so that when I unhide C, well, actually I'm going to make D visible and then hide C. Now I can view the next card, but this is not the color we want to use for this word. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, and as we can see here, I'm using this different color for the letters D, F, and I, not in alphabetical order, which is fine, because we're going to make group cards, not by 3, but we're going to make a card for each letter, and each letter is going to have its own group. That way, if I need to edit a letter, I don't have to worry about impacting the other ones. As we can see here, I have these 3 letters sharing the same card. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it like appear where each letter has its own assets for the text and the card itself, especially since all of these have different colors. So now we're working on D. Got our card here. This one is called Stellar Silver. Please don't come at me if that is inaccurate. I'm calling it Stellar in relation to the chakra, and silver just because I don't want to use a word related to purple, because it might confuse me with the other cards that I have. So silver is, closer to gray, and that just works for me. See, it's kind of like a grayish purple, so I decided to just call it silver. I know, it's not perfect, and it's okay. Promise it's okay. Let me just put these values in for CMYK. Make sure you're saving your progress as you go along. I'm going to grab the hex for my next card and continue on. So for this one, we have the issue where we need to reorganize some of these layers. So I kind of did like a group within a group, but I'm going to change that. So what I'll do is I'll just move this whole group out of here. Let's see. Move. So maybe pop selection out of group. That works. I just need to move the E into the correct alphabet. So let me do the same for these. At least for this. Let's see, pop selection out of group. And I think I'll leave G for now. Let me get these in order. That's not what I want to do. Is there an easier way to do this? I don't know. I mean, let's find out. Let's see. No, I'm not sure. So in my previous stream, I talked about how the computer will kind of spaz out and it'll stop recognizing the input from my mouse for dragging and dropping. So you might see that as we continue. So yeah, we need to get circle cards in each of these groups. Add one for E. Let's see. Don't put it in there. Let's do pop selection on a group. But we need the text to sit on top of that card. Perfect. While we're here, I'm gonna make one for F as well, because F actually uses the same color as D. We kind of saved ourselves a little bit of time there. All right, great. D card's ready. Let's get E ready. Oh. Somehow that didn't work out. Maybe we can move this up instead. There we go. That works better. All right, let's go back to E. So E's color is aqua. There's my hex. And pop in CMYK. All right. So then we have E, D, C, B, and A with the correct colors. We're making good progress here. And F is the correct color. So G is actually the same color as E, so that'll save us some time. We're going to duplicate this one and go ahead and put it in G. And I'm just going to delete this one. Just gonna do that. Maybe I could. Could we? Huh, that's interesting. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's strange. It's not letting me select all of these. Maybe I'll just pop this out. But then we have that problem. If we move these in here, did that do what we wanted it to do? Just move it above the circle. So it's doing that thing where it's not responding the way I want it to respond. Yeah, it's being really weird right now. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let's undo. Let's undo all those shenanigans we were doing. Because it's not that serious. I just want to move on. Okay. We have F. Let's get G ready. Let's hide F. Then we got G. G is correct. And now we can start working on H. And start breaking these out. So the white circle here. Wonder if I can just pop all of these out instead. Oh, it's so weird. Why is it doing that? Okay. I think I got it to do what I needed it to do. Alright, and this one I don't need anymore, so we can delete this layer. Maybe we could let's work on all these. Oh, actually this one's worse. So this one doesn't have groups for each of the letters. What about this one? Alright, so it's the same for these. So these have groups, but these do not. Let me go ahead and pop these out. It's going to look a little messy. Oh, did it go to the top? It did. So let me not do it that way. Just going to have to move them out. If it'll let us. Alright, cool. And I believe these are the correct color. So let's hide all this for the moment. Yeah. I believe these are the correct color. Let's double check. So scroll down. Oh, I don't have them yet. Or do I? Just took the hex code. Huh. Doesn't look correct. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought I fixed this. Where else do I have that color? Yeah. Not sure why it's a different color here. I might have just picked it off the color picker just to save time when I was working on this. But these are all the correct colors for each of the letters. This is why it helps to be organized, because then you can spend less time guessing and trying to remember stuff because you have everything written down. Okay, so let's copy the hex for that color, and then we'll update it here. That looks correct. And it looks like I already have my CMYK, except for these, which I can always update that later, but since I'm here, let's pop it in. Oops. We do have conditional formatting set up, in case you're wondering how it goes from an empty yellow cell to a white cell with the text. It was just helping me keep track of which areas I needed to focus on, like what things I had not done yet. Okay, and it's stellar silver. So it goes here. Great. I'm not going to worry about making it the same color like I have over here. As you can see, the text is the color of the value. I'm not going to worry about that right now, because it matters more to just finish the cards. So where were we? We're down here. Let's put red. Here for now. This is orange. And then green. Yes, definitely the OCD kicked in just now for that. I don't remember what I called that. Do I have it here? Fuchsia. Just gonna pop it in. I think now, oh, that's ready. Okay, cool. Where were we? Fix the color. And we need to duplicate this card a couple times and put one for each of these letters. And it's being stubborn again. All right, great. So now we have R, we have S, and T. Awesome, so those are done. Let's hide these. And I could get rid of this folder. All right, where were we? We're just going to go down the line. I believe this is complete. but we want to double check the color. Oh, and we need to split them out. Okay. Let's check the color. For orange, 06100, so this is not the correct color. Again, I probably just chose it off of the color picker at the bottom at the time. And yeah, it's possible when printing I might want to change some of these colors after I get the proof, just so that I can match it more to how I want it to look in the print version. Because again, like, the colors look different on a computer screen with all the light versus the quality of the paper or the product that you're printing on in the ink. All those things can change. And that's why we have these color values to help us have a way of locating a very specific color blend. But it almost seems moot, right? Because the colors on different mediums still show up differently. Such is life. Okay. Let's go back here. So we want to duplicate this a couple times. And we're going to put one in each of these layers. Oops. Oh man, did not want to put it in there, but it's being wacky and kind of just have to work with it. See if I can get it to move. If I can't, try to move this up instead. No, it's not at all doing what I needed to do. I don't know if this is like, has to be a bug. This is just bizarre. Okay. Is that correct? Where's my mantra? It's odd. Oh, I moved the wrong one out. It's this one I want to move. There we go. Nope. Kind of want to move it out of the circle group. Because I don't want it part of the mantra, since it's the actual canvas. There we go. How frustrating that could be. If you were like not sure what you're doing and that just keep happening. Okay. And this one. Alright. That's done. Let's see. Value. And then weld. Alright, did I do that one correct? Yes. This is correct. That's correct. Okay. Do we want to move these? I mean, we might as well. So I'm going to move it outside of that so that we can always see each individual letter. Get rid of this there. Now continue our last set, and I believe this is set up correctly. These have a few more in their groups because I worked more in these, trying to just figure stuff out. So they have like the original design in them. Like this was the original design to this one. Well, the real original design is no mantra at all, just the word. But after talking to a few people about it, they all said they actually like having a mantra on it. I just needed to, I wasn't happy with this design, but I like this one. So there's that. And let's move these out. Get rid of this. Okay, what do we need to work on? I believe we need to work on H through Q. So let's go backwards now. See how we're doing here. So we need to make a group for each letter and move all the items into the letter group. What I could do, which might be easier, is just duplicate this whole group twice and delete the ones I don't need. And that might actually be easier and helping me to avoid the weird glitch with dragging and dropping. So let me go ahead and do that instead. I'm going to duplicate it twice. Oh, but when I duplicate it, it's at the top. And I don't want to worry about dragging and dropping. So we'll can that idea. It could run. What if I turn this into a group? And then name this O. And then if I duplicate it, will it stay within? Yeah. It kind of works. Let's just try it out, this idea. Q. Okay, let's say O, P, Q. And then we'll get rid of these. Get rid of this. Delete. Delete. And to here. Delete. Let's go ahead and save our file just in case. Let's see how we're doing on time. We're almost at an hour. I think we're making good time. We're almost done. We just have a few more groups to go. And let's see. What I want to do is move these out. That was a lot easier to just drag and drop once. And then I could get rid of this. And then there we go. Turn these guys on. That way we hide it You can see the next one. Perfect. So this is done. Do we have the correct color? Did I check the color? I don't even know if I checked the color. So let's see. Take a look here. It's not the correct color, but you know what? It's not that difficult to change. And we already have the CMYK, so you don't have to worry too much about that. That is interesting. Like, it's not able to save the color that we want. But the CMYK is actually correct. So that's good to have the number of values. Yeah. Let's check the last one. CPQ. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the CMYK values are correct. I mean, did I put that in there? Check. Should. Yep. Well, it says 16. Oh, I see what it did here. 16 is correct. If you know spreadsheets, when you do like a smart drag repeat, sometimes it thinks you want to count, and it'll just start counting. Okay. Well, great. So those letters are done. Perfect. We got O, P, Q. Let's check out L and M and N. Let's double check the color. We help to turn these guys on. Let's take a look at the color. Indigo. Not quite the same color. So let's go ahead and update that. 9431. Perfect. Okay. And let's do our grouping. L, N, and N. See. Okay, and then we delete these. And for N. Perfect. So each of these have the card as the mantra and the text itself. Great. I'll just drag that once. And we're good. And we get rid of this guy. Great. And keep going down. Good progress here. Alright. So K is a different color. If you notice, the text size is different between these two different cards. And that occurred when I noticed some of the words with more letters, so they were longer. I had to make the text smaller. And what I'll do in some of the final edits of the design, I'll go back and use rulers to determine like how large I actually want the words to be and how close to the bleed edge and all that blah blah blah. Yeah, so it's almost done. So white was a special one because in the book I used different colors for each of the letters. I don't know if I still want to do that. So let me come back to that. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet here. So J, K, and H all use the same color card. So let's go take a look. J, K, and H. Well, they need a card. So for time, let's just duplicate from here. And we throw it in H. Perfect. And I call this gold. And we grab the hex code. I don't need I right now. Let's turn on K and J. Alright. So this guy, we change the color from white to gold. Here we go. And let's make sure it matches the CMYK, and it does. Perfect. We're going to duplicate this. Oh, interesting. So it's not currently in the folder. I need to move it into the folder. Hard to tell right now, so let me go ahead and move this one. And yes, totally experiencing that glitch right now. There we go. This one. How did I get this guy in there? So that set clip group. No, it's not what I want. It's all too complicated. Let's see if I could just. That's not what I want to do. Why does it do that? It's stuck. If anyone is familiar with this situation in Inkscape with the selecting and not listening, please let me know. Because I'm not sure if it's a glitch or not, but it is really annoying. Right? How annoying is this? There we go. What a practice in patience. Okay. Let's not worry about white right now. It's hidden. The moment J is correct. And we need one for K. Duplicate. Just move it here for now. Try to move this up. Yeah, the drag and drop, it's not doing what I need it to do. Wow, so much time spent just trying to get this to work. Wow, this is so annoying. Why is it doing that? It's so annoying. Unreal. Like I totally would have pulled my hair out just trying to figure this out. if I didn't understand that it's a glitch. Or, I don't know, computer just not understanding what's going on. Okay, so I have J. H will go to J. Okay. And the mantras are updating. Okay, perfect. So I need to work on the light circle for I. I'm not sure I'm going to do this. Maybe I could try to duplicate this for each letter and then just change each letter individually, since I believe for these text layers you only have one color at a time. Let's see, imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we'll just group this. Mention color letters. Now in the book, I don't. Let's see if I could bring up the book itself. Let's see. Let's be right back. For the book. Okay. We need to add a scene. Let's add a scene. No, we're not adding a scene. We're adding a layer. Screen share. Call it preview. And where is it? Let's just put it here for now. We're up here. And then set it to the preview app. Approve. Okay, cool. So so this is the proof of the book. So I'm gonna go over Imagine. So if you see in Imagine, the colors are different. And I don't know if I have the color values for each of these, but we'll certainly figure it out. There's a tool for Mac called Digital Color Meter. This is, it gives you like a little eyedrop like tool that wherever your mouse goes, if your mouse is hovering over something of that color, it will give you the color code, like it gives you RGB. It doesn't do CMYK, but at least with the RGB hex code, I can figure something out. Obviously, it's going to take a little while to do, but I believe this is the final card that we're working on. So, in terms of like getting the color and all the layers complete, and it'll be worth it to just make progress on this, and then we can end the session for here. Next time we'll do some design work with changing the position of some of the mantras and rotating some of that curved text that's on the path. But should be interesting or fun. Fun, very subjective, loosely used as a word to describe this process, but it's work that has to get done, and I'm really the only one that can do it because it's my design. I could hire a designer, but why bother spending the money when I could just do it myself and learn and save money to invest in actually printing the cards. So yeah, I'm also not really sure how serious I want to make this as close to the book. These colors actually got specifically due to the color I was given in Keynote at the time. I actually didn't know how to change the colors when I was using Keynote back then. This was like 10 years ago. I also don't remember if it let you change the colors based on the color palette it gave you. At least for whatever reason, I couldn't figure it out at the time. So that's why the colors look like this kind of faded, pastel, muted kind of color. To save time, I might actually just say F it and not use these colors at all. I think I'll just wrap them off of the Inkscape to however I feel like it, and I'll just copy the codes for that and be done with it. I don't know. Or should I use the colors that we already have for the other cards so that, you know, at least they match to the cards? What do you guys think? Let me move this over for now. Make it smaller. And let's put it here. And yeah, go back into Inkscape. So that's the other thing. I'm going to need to... Oh, look at that. It's not even the correct word. That is hilarious. It's not even the correct word. Okay. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We want to keep track of the color for each letter. So maybe in our spreadsheet, let's go ahead and make space for each letter. And oops. N E. Kind of don't want to look at it like that. Doesn't do transformation. Yeah. Does it? How annoying. Makes me sad. It's so OCD that I need to change this. Oh my gosh, what? You know what? I think I might have conditional formatting set up, or some kind of format set up for this. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. That's such a distraction. Holy cow. Okay. So the other issue might be that the spacing of the word will be different. So, this is a problem. This is a problem. That's okay. We're fixing problems. So, It's fine. Text M apply. Really? Is that really necessary? Why did it do one? It's so weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, let's just get rid of these. Starting over. Just do it one at a time. M. Okay. Duplicate. Match in. So it's A. Oh, I definitely need rulers of some kind. Dragging and dropping. And we're gonna like not put such a problem. Oh wow. Okay, there are hotkeys in here somehow. Okay. Look at that. Of course we're gonna have issues with dragging and dropping again. Gee. Just gotta take our time. Alright. Get another eye. Oh. I wanna move that. Where's our other eye? Oh, it's an M. Okay. It's not an eye at all. Wow, how annoying is this? Oh, like I want to have a meltdown just because of how frustrating it is that these letters are not in order and I can't drag and drop them easily. The computer's just not allowing me. It's not recognizing my input accurately. So let's just move on. What letters do I need? I need an N. And then I need, oh my gosh, it's an M. And this is an I. Wow. Here, let's see the other I. Wow. I don't know why I thought I could move these. Nope. Alright. Okay. Just need one more. E. Oh, come on, computer. We are so close to the end. If this doesn't make you irritated, I don't know what will. So it would probably help to have like a placeholder with the word spelled out with its natural kerning, its natural spacing. So we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to spell out the entire word. We're going to make it a different color so that we can see it. Alright, I think I would want it here for the card. Let's just start. should probably make it. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Okay. Moving on. So for the example in the book, the first letter is brown. So I think I'll match it to the brown that we used in the letter B. We'll just match each of these to the cards, the colors that we have that are closely matched. And that way, you know, there's some kind of continuity there. And let's see. So numbers we can do is copy this from each letter based on proof. So for M, let's use aqua. And like if I don't like the colors, I'll just change them. No big deal. Okay, A is green. Let's put that in there. Next letter is G, so we'll use gold. Next letter is I, so we'll use orange. Next one is N. So this N is a little different. It's darker brown, but I think, well, I'll just use the C, like the auburn instead. And then we have stellar silver. And that will be our color match. So let's go ahead and start copying these colors. Right. E. What do we have for E? Silver. Oops. Okay. Can I move as I go? Not sure. It's not really letting me do that. A is green. Let's do that. Wow. There it is in a group already. Which ones do we still need? Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Okay, M. It's aqua. A. Got green for A. Oh, the second I is orange. Let's see, gold for a G letter. Alright, what's left? Let's hide this for now. Okay, we got all our letters. It'd help for me to have Imagine popped out. Maybe what I can do is get these in their own group. My goodness. Oh my. Whole deal. The whole deal. Alright. So now what I want to do is actually start lining of these letters. I know it's the whole group right now, but start getting them as close as I can. I don't even want to like really mess with it too much. Okay. I'm going to use the arrow keys to help me move them in place, since the computer is really not doing great. At least this program's not doing great with responding to the click and drag situation. E. Alright. I feel pretty good about this color scheme. So, I'm enjoying it. Let's hide this for now. It's nice and clean. And we have all our letters. Letters only. Okay. Oh, the mantra. The mantra, what color? I think we want to make this. We want to make this the stellar silver color. And maybe I'll change my mind, maybe not. I'm not sure. But for now, it's fine. And it might seem like it's too far from the edge right now, but remember we have two borders. We have a print edge and we have the bleed edge. And since this is a white card, it's kind of hard to see where those guides are for this. But I think we're done with this card. The white card for Imagine, the most complicated one. We might actually be done with all the letters. You can see that each letter has its own layer group. I think I'll leave that. Or no, maybe I'll just, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about how this turned out. It's how it's going so far. The sun just came up. That's how early it is. I've been up pretty early today, like 2:30, and started doing some planning, and then started streaming right at 5 a.m. I'm feeling pretty good about this in terms of like the progress made. So now every letter has its own group. You can see all the cards now. Yay! Oh, wait, where's her mantra? There we go. Okay. Why is this highlighted? Let's see. Oh, these are my rulers. Let's remove the rulers. View. Show hide rulers. Nope. Not rulers, they're guides. Scroll bars? No. Oh no. How do we hide the guides? delete all guides. No. See, you see this wacky program? See what's happening? I don't know what's happening. Toggle item visibility. Okay. Put these. Oh, there we go. I don't know if they're actually off the screen. Yeah, yes they are. Wow. Hooray, we did it. All right, good job. Good job. Especially with the Imagine card. Like, that was intense. That was very intense. A lot of work, but totally worth it. Super happy with how it turned out. Colors are nice and bright. I'm digging it. So like the next things to work on is what? What are we working on next? We are, let's see, let me go back to my to-do list. All right, we organized the layers for each letter. We updated the circle color layers for each letter. Next is positioning the rotation of the mantra on some of these cards. And that's definitely going to take a while to work on. So I'll end here. Been streaming for almost 2 hours. So if you joined me, thank you for stopping by. And definitely will speed up all of this in post for the recap. That was working with Inkscape and layers. And yeah, if you have suggestions,